Time now for Media Watch on France 24. Nick Rushworth joins me now. Good evening to you, Nick.
Hi, Tom.
Let's begin with some reaction from the online arena about events in the United States. That's our top headline story this evening, in particular the racial tensions and those policing tactics are very much being debated right now.
Well, let me go to a cartoon which I was struck by in the magazine online here in France, Rue 89, and there you can see it. Cops attacks with the Statue of Liberty blacked up and with his or her hands up there, showing, what is it, that conveying that message of the issue of human rights, freedom, liberty, which we associate with the Straits. Let's have a look at this publication, Al Monitor from the Middle East. If we go to that, you can see the headline there. Get this, Tom, look at it. Egyptian politicians are accusing the United States of violating rights in Ferguson. That is staggering when you think about the human rights issues that you could think of in Egypt, in Cairo, and the events we've seen in the last few years. So that extraordinary headline in Al Monitor is reflecting some of the very negative press we're seeing in terms of these events across the world for the States. Let's go to a publication within the States itself, but which also worldwide, slate.com, which is making this point, Tom. If this we're seeing now with all these police killings and the upset about that, if that was happening in another country, what would the US media be saying? The US media would have headlines like this one: courts sanction killings by security forces of the United States. So again, they're hammering hard against the American authorities.
One very well-known social media platform is making its position on those events pretty clear, isn't it?
Well, it's not sitting on the fence, and this is what we normally associate with Twitter, is that it's volumes of tweets all day round the clock. But one of its hashtags, Black Lives Matter, which we can see there in the picture, is actually in a corridor in its headquarters in San Francisco. And it's taken that hashtag and put it up on the wall for its employees to say, yeah, we believe in ethnic diversity in the workplace, in our workplace. The USA Today paper, there, if you can see, Twitter paints Black Lives Matter on office wall. So there, of course, if the US is getting a bad PR job with all these events, certainly Twitter is jumping in to get some positive PR for itself. They're saying, yes, we do want to help get the geek industry better for ethnic minorities, blacks included. So that's one of the positive news sides of this events that we're seeing. Let's move on to the whole question of statistics. I don't know if you're in the same position as me working on this story during the last few days and weeks, but there just seems to be no statistic out there about how many killings there are by American police officers of Americans. There you can see the placard there, which is in the protests. Ebola kills 2, the Islamic State organization kills 3, and then what do we have? Police 500 plus. That's one of the arguments that are being made. I kind of delved a bit deeper and saw this graphic in The Economist there, if you can say, its latest available data shows 409 deaths from police shootings using lethal weapons. Dramatic contrast there, Tom, you can see with Britain and Japan, 0, and Germany there with 8. The whole question of statistics, again, is you can go to the Civil Liberties Union in the States, their website there, saying, get this, Tom, another amazing statistic out there. The US has 5% of the world population, but 25% of the world's prisoners are in America. A quarter of all the prisoners in the world are in the United States. So a lot of negative publicity against the States here with these events that we're seeing in the last days and weeks.
Very surprising statistics there. Another issue you're looking at for us is the battle of the sexes in the workplace. Tell us a little bit more about what you've picked up for us.
Well, this is in the magazine L'Observateur, Le Nouvel Observateur, L'Obs, and if we go to that there, you can see there that headline, women should earn more than men, Tom. And this is about a report by the International Labour Organization there, the headline in the Irish Times, saying that statistically across the world, women are earning about 18.9% less than men. But in fact, in Europe specifically, they are more productive, they're better workers, and they should probably be earning about 20% more. So some of the tweeting about that is there. You can see gender inequality issues are not only for third world countries. they're also concerning Europe as well. And I turned to one website here in France pointing to actually discrepancies in pay. If we look there, that website there is saying that the same job posted for a man is actually 200 euros more for the same job compared to the woman. So that's sort of discrimination. And just to end, let's have a look at this tweet here saying that, well, maybe the feminist men out there can actually give up some money and just hand it over 15% off their salary to go to the ladies to equal the income situation.
All right, well, thank you very much indeed for that. Nicholas Rushworth there with today's edition of Media Watch. Thank you so much.